Hello, we are going to show you a new tool that has been included in gvSIG Online. This is the Heatmap legend. In this case, we can apply this type of legend, and we have two possibilities. We can apply this legend with a weight with the different values of the points, or we can apply this legend by quantity. For example, for the first case, for the weight, we can use this type of legend for example, for weather stations or pollution or this type of values when we have a value for the different points. And the other possibility is to apply this legend by quantity, for example, for crimes, for accidents, or for street lamps. So I'm going to show you this new type of legend. We have this project with this example of a layer, and I'm going to apply this new type of legend. So we are going to look for the layer, and I'm going to add a new legend. In this case, we have Heatmap. This is the preview of the points, and in this case we have two possibilities with a field to weigh the heat map, or when we use the other option is by quantity, for example, for the crimes, etc. In this layer we have, I'm going to open the attribute table, and we have a field called valor. In Spanish is value, so with different values for different points. And if I go here, we can see the values for the different points. Here we have 90, 5, so we have different values, and I'm going to apply this new type of legend. So I'm going to apply with the value field for the different values, and we have two other possibilities by color gradient and color table. For the first one, we have the cold color and the warm color. For example, the red one, we can use the red ones, and we can apply the radius between the different points. It will depend on the quantity of points and the distance between them. So we can play with this value. For example, if I update the preview with the gradient colors, the color and 100 pixels for the radius, we have these options. Here we have the highest values and these two areas, and if we change the value, for example, for 200, we can see that the display is different, so we can play with these values. For example, 150, and here we have the options. And if we save this new type of legend, if we go to the project, this legend was by default, it was marked. So if we come here, I update the preview, so we have here the new type of legend with the different points. Here we can see the values, the highest values in these two areas, and this is the new type of legend. I'm going to change the other option, to change to the other option by gradient color. Sorry, by color table. So pollution. This is I'm going to edit this symbology, and I'm going to change by color table. So I'm going to add different values, for 5 different values, and the percentages, for example 25, 50, 75 and 100. And the colors, for example, the yellow one, orange, red, green and blue here, for example. So we have this type of color table between the different values, and I'm going to apply, I'm going to preview, to update the preview. We can apply transparency, for example, and we can change values, for example here, to avoid all the area. So update preview. So here we can see only this area. We can see this option, and if I save the modified legend, if I update the project, we can see the change of this type of legend. With 150 pixels, if we access to this area, we can see the different points separated. So it depends on the distances of the between the different points. We can change the radius to see it in a better way. And now, for example, we can edit the layer. Here we can see the different points, and for example, I'm going to edit this one, and it has a value of 20, so I'm going to change to 100, for example. If I save, we can see that the colors have changed to this area. So they are this area, the values of this area, of these points, are the highest ones. So we can change the values of the different points, and we can see that it has changed. If we use the option without the field with the values, because this is the quantity, the legend by quantity, when there are more points, the colors will be highest. Okay, I'm going to close the editing options, and we also can use this type of legend for a temporary layer. So if we have, for example, crimes, this is an example. They are not real data. Okay, so we have an example of crimes, for example. So if we apply the temporary option for the for this layer, we can see by months. For example, we can see here when there are more crimes in this area, and we can change, for example, for the different months when there are more crimes. Okay, so we can use this type of legend, the heatmap legend, with a temporary date option, the function, depending on the layer. So it's a very interesting tool that has been included in gvSIG Online. Okay, okay, see you, thank you.